Hello and welcome to From the Fringe. I'm just checking my sound level there because it's a little bit loud. Bloody trucks. Okay, so I'm sitting here. I thought I'd sit down and actually record some video while I've got the mic here. I'm about to pull down that wall. I've been set up here in the corner downstairs because really there's nowhere else to put my set up my computer and the desk, and so it's been here the whole time, but I've just been unable to record because there's been junk all around me, and I don't want a background with all these tools and piles of if I could get up and turn the camera around I'd show you, but I couldn't be bothered. So I'm just doing this quick video. It should be the last repeat video. And after this, I've got a bunch of fresh material that I've been sort of collecting and putting together. And I'll start hopefully posting that, let's say within a couple of weeks, but who knows. So these two videos that I've got lined up for you, I find quite interesting. They're about encounters within the woods, within the forest. The first one is an encounter with something that's reminiscent of a will-o'-the-wisp. It's a formless, white, I hesitate to say entity. I won't say too much. I'll let you have a look at it. These are both pretty old videos, so hopefully they come across as fresh to you. The second one, it's a shorty, but it's a goodie. It's a topic, I guess you could call it a topic, that I find intriguing. It's this idea that the neighbours are doing some work. Probably may not come through, but it probably will. Anyway, I got distracted. So this idea is that nature itself has consciousness, and so certain areas of nature have their own vibe, I guess, their own feeling. And this woman, as she walks through the forest, she gets this sense of ominous observation. I won't say too much, and I'll just play the videos. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy. I have had some raccoon problems in the last few weeks. We have, or I should say had, 6 chickens. Within 2 evenings we lost 2 to the raccoons. We know they are raccoons because we saw them from the second floor looking out the window in the evening. A co-worker of mine, who we will call Billy, overheard me telling another about losing my chickens, and he had offered his services to come out and exterminate them. We agreed for him to come out on a Saturday evening. He and his friend would come out and camp for a couple of hours around the chicken coop late at night to pick them off as they came. Around 8:30 in the evening, they pulled into the driveway, got their gear out, and decided on a change of plans. Because of the layout of the property and the woods, they decided to first go and check the abandoned camper, then patrol the pines, and then patrol the woods in the back. Within 10 minutes, I received a text from him saying they got a huge one in the camper and were now going to patrol the pines. I replied with, "Great job, guys, but be careful in the pines. There are a couple of deep bunkers within the pines. Don't trip into them." About 15 minutes later, I walked out onto the deck from the second floor and saw them coming back. I asked how it went, and they told me they thought they better come back to the house. What happened was, they walked deep within the woods, looking up into the pines to pick them out of the trees. As they proceeded,
They heard branches and needles crunching. They thought maybe it was a coyote. They looked down in the snow and saw some tracks. The noises grew, and it seemed like there was more than one now. They felt they were being circled. Worried that they had stumbled upon a den, they hightailed it back to the house. They then told me they were going back into the woods. I thought maybe this wasn't a good idea, so I tried to talk them out of it. I told them I had heard strange stories about those woods at night. Their reply was that they have dealt with scary things in the woods before, and that they would be fine. Okay then, good luck on your journey, and I shall see you on the other side, I told them, and went back inside. About 10 minutes later, I received a text. We are leaving. I walked outside to catch up with them before they left. At the start of the night, before they had entered the woods, I had seen two young men with their firearms, confident and all ramboed up for the extermination. When I saw them on their return, they were 3 shades whiter, eyes wide open, and they were talking so fast, I had to ask them to slow down. One of them just put his guns away and got right into the truck. Billy explained to me what had happened. They walked down the path, and while walking, they felt they were being watched. They heard a big crack of a branch on the ground behind them. They quickly turned and flashed their spotlight and saw nothing. No noise of an animal running away, no broken branches, nothing. They continued down the path, and about midway, Billy saw what had looked like a glowing white blob, roughly about 5 feet tall and hovering. They flashed the light on it, and it moved so fast that it was just a blur as it disappeared. Then, while talking to each other and asking if they each saw it, they heard branches and twigs crunching behind them. The others saw it again, and as they flashed the light, it again disappeared. This happened 2 more times, and each time the thing appeared to be getting closer and closer. It was messing with them, or stalking them. This is when I received the text, after they had run back to the house. I have only had this type of experience once. It was very creepy. First, let me start off with some background. I live in Maine, and I grew up surrounded by woods, playing in the woods and taking walks in the woods. The woods are like a second home to me. When I first got married to my husband, we had to put some finishing touches on our home, which is a guest house on land we share with his parents. So we ended up living in a camper on the corner of the property, completely surrounded by woods, until the house was ready. About a month later, we finally moved in, although we still had some of our things in the camper and in storage. I remember about 2 to 3 weeks after moving into our new home, my husband and his parents went to a business meeting, and I was home alone, for which I was excited because I got to have some time alone. So I had no feelings of anxiety on that day about being alone on our land. I decided to make myself useful and bring some things down from the camper. I remember I stepped out of my house and I got about 5 feet away when something happened. All sounds of birds, insects, and small creatures just stopped completely. And I had the sudden sensation that I was being watched. And I don't mean like there was one person or thing watching me. I mean, I felt as if the trees themselves were alive and watching me intensely. It felt like I was surrounded and being watched from all directions. So I hurried my pace. When I reached the camper, I went inside and grabbed a box of stuff I told myself I was being silly, but when I walked back outside, that same menacing sensation was present. The trees were watching. I felt it the entire time I walked back from the camper, being watched intensely from all directions within the woods. And everything was utterly silent, except my own footsteps.